He ended our engagement 16 days before the wedding, in a crowded cafe, for someone richer, more aligned with his future. And then, he and his new billionaire girlfriend tried to erase me completely. But here's the thing, when you've lost everything, you're free to fight back. And that's exactly what I did. If you've ever been underestimated, discarded, or had your heart broken by someone who thought you wouldn't fight back, hit that like button and subscribe. Because this isn't just a story about heartbreak. This is a story about rebuilding and revenge. The cafe smelled like espresso and betrayal. Jason didn't even let me sit before he ended it. His voice was calm, rehearsed. I sat anyway, my palms already sweating. A part of me hoped this was just a misunderstanding. But then he placed a small velvet box on the table, not to give, but to take back. "I can't marry you, Emily," he said. 7 words that cut deeper than any insult ever could. He leaned back like some burden had been lifted. "It's not you. We're just heading in different directions. Megan Langley and I were more aligned." My stomach dropped. Megan Langley, the daughter of Gregory Langley, a venture capitalist titan. "You're leaving me for her?" "It's not like that," he said, but his eyes told the truth. Then he said, "You deserve someone simpler." Simpler. He didn't even flinch when I took off the ring and placed it on the table. I walked out, my dignity barely intact, past curious eyes and espresso-sipping couples. I cried only after I turned the corner. At the apartment, my things were already packed by the door. Labeled. Sorted, like a returned parcel. His mother must have done it. I had no lease, no home, no money. I'd put every cent into the wedding. I had less than $100 to my name. So I called the only person who had ever made me feel safe. My foster mom, Margaret Temple. She didn't ask questions, just gave me tea, a blanket, and space to fall apart. I returned to work the next day, smiling through heartbreak, lying about postponed wedding plans. Until Rachel, our head nurse, mentioned a private care job. High pay, live-in, no night shifts. The patient? Ryan Hale, tech mogul, paralyzed, allegedly impossible to work with. I needed the escape. I interviewed the next morning at a fortress-like mansion carved into a cliffside. Cold, sleek, clinical. The estate manager was another Margaret Temple, strict, formal, surgical. She hired me on the spot. $12,000 a month. No visitors. Live in. Ryan was young, late 30s, handsome, sharp eyes, bitter as hell. He made it clear he didn't need pity or help. "You won't last a week," he told me. "Most crack by day 3. Maybe I'll surprise you." He tested me. Barbed words. Cold stares. But I'd seen worse. He didn't scare me. One night I caught him in the gym, standing, holding the bars, fighting to move. He was hiding it. "Why?" I asked. "Because once people see progress, they expect miracles. Then they leave when it doesn't happen." I promised not to tell, but I offered to help, and he let me. That changed everything. Every morning before sunrise we trained in secret. Sweat, pain, progress. Then came the voice, confident, male, not staff. Eric Thorne, Ryan's business partner. He was planning to steal Ryan's company, Hale Nexus Technologies, through Langley Capital. And yes, Laura Langley was involved. Megan's sister. I told Ryan about the names, the plan, my ex. He paused. "Jason Miller?" "Yes." He reviewed the documents. I was right. Together, we planned the counterattack, quietly, carefully, strategically. Gathering documents, paper trails, emails, contracts, power of attorney clauses. 1 week later, the board meeting was called. Ryan practiced walking with a cane, 10 steps, then 20. I want them to see. We arrived early. Heads turned. Eric, Laura, Jason, all sitting at the head of the glass conference table. Ryan walked in, shoulders square. "You're walking," Eric said. "Not perfectly," Ryan replied. "But enough." He placed the folder on the table. "This meeting is now under my authority." He laid out the betrayal, the fake holding company, the breach of fiduciary duty. Eric turned pale. Jason looked like a boy caught cheating. Laura's lips curled. "She's your co-founder now?" she sneered. Ryan turned to me. "She's the reason I'm standing here at all." The board voted. Eric was removed. Langley Capital deal? Dead. I looked at Jason. He didn't look smug anymore. We left in silence, but the power shifted forever. Weeks passed. The house changed. More light, more laughter. Ryan walked more. I ran again. We laughed without guilt. One night, he burned rice and laughed about it. Handed me a dish and said, "If this kills you, I want it on record. I tried." "You'll get the company in the will," I joked. "Actually, no," he said. "I transferred it into a trust, one that includes you." He pulled out a ring, small, gold, one sapphire. I'm not asking for an answer. Not today, not this year. But I want you to know, with you, I remember who I am. I slid the ring on. I'm not saying yes, I whispered. But I'm not saying no. He smiled. Sounds exactly like you. No grand announcements, no headlines, just more mornings, more steps. Jason texted once. I never replied, because I already got everything I was supposed to from that heartbreak. A lesson, a detour, and a doorway into the life I never imagined. Jason's smug face went pale. Laura Langley sneered and was dismissed. Eric tried to argue and was voted out. And Ryan? He stood, looked them in the eye, and said, You forgot who I was before I broke. And beside him stood the nurse no one saw coming. Sometimes the most satisfying revenge isn't payback. It's standing tall in the place they swore you'd never rise from. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And of course, subscribe for more real stories that turn heartbreak into triumph.